For years, Jungkook has been known as a private individual when it comes to his personal life. As the youngest member of BTS, he has often chosen to showcase his professional side, dancing flawlessly, singing with heartfelt emotion, and touching millions with his raw yet carefully guarded expressions. Shielded from the noise of an overly publicized private life. But behind all that, there has always been one constant figure at the center of his heart, his mother. And this time, for the first time, the public was stunned by a deeply emotional message from her, revealing one thing that has long sparked curiosity: love. The message did not come in the form of a press conference, an official interview, or even a live broadcast. Nor was it a social media post designed to stir reactions. It came in the most intimate form, a handwritten letter, written not for ARMY, not for the media, not even for his agency. It was a letter from a mother to her son, and somehow, a fragment of that letter made its way to the public. But what shocked people wasn't just the content, it was how that message opened a small window into the heart of Jungkook, a heart that had long remained tightly locked. It all began at a small, private family gathering held in Busan some time ago, which unexpectedly caught public attention when a relative shared a photo of the event. In the picture, a long wooden table adorned with white roses and simple decorations suggested a moment that was warm and personal. What caught the eyes of netizens, however, was a small piece of paper captured by the camera, handwritten in slightly smudged black ink. Attentive fans zoomed in, compared, and traced until it was revealed that the paper was part of a letter written by Jungkook's mother herself. Several sources close to the family confirmed that the letter was indeed real and was written as part of a quiet birthday celebration for Jungkook. Within the letter was a line that soon ignited passionate conversation: "You'll know when love arrives. Because your heart will no longer reject vulnerability, it will embrace it. And when that moment comes, don't be afraid to choose. Choose with your heart, not with the world." The sentence, though simple, resonated like a thunderclap for a public long left to guess about Jungkook's love life. Is he in love? Is he waiting for someone? Or was this merely a mother's way of reminding her son that true love isn't about timing, but about courage? What's certain is that the letter opened a new chapter in a story Jungkook himself had always kept locked. His mother's message became a kind of reflection that led the public to wonder, how much of his emotions has Jungkook kept hidden? And is he now beginning to show signs that he's ready for something more than just the spotlight? Longtime fans recall an old interview where Jungkook once said, "Love is a beautiful thing, but for now, I choose to love music and myself first." That statement was characteristic of a young man just entering adulthood, still caught in the whirlwind of fame and relentless demands. But now, over a decade later, Jungkook is no longer the 15-year-old who entered the entertainment world with wide eyes and a trembling voice. He has become a man, mature, brave, and deeply complex, often hiding those depths behind the same smile he's worn since debut. His mother's words about love felt like a confession Jungkook himself had never spoken aloud. In South Korean culture, love, especially for an idol, is often seen as an almost taboo subject, a private territory rarely explored. But Jungkook's mother, with a mother's gentleness and the wisdom of a woman who's lived through life's storms, seemed to know that her son had reached a point where he needed to be reminded, it's not enough to be admired, he must also be allowed to love. Another sentence from the letter struck a quiet chord: "Don't think for too long. Sometimes good people only come once. If someone makes you feel safe without saying a word, maybe that's where you're meant to anchor." A message that reads almost like a blessing. Could this mean his mother has seen someone she believes is right for Jungkook? Or is she simply opening the door to the idea that love isn't an enemy, but a way home? Speculations naturally followed. Some fans began linking this moment to subtle changes in Jungkook's behavior in recent months. His last interview before enlisting in the military revealed a more melancholic and introspective side. He wasn't joking around as much. Even in his final livestream before hiatus, Jungkook had said, "I've started to accept little parts of myself that I used to hide." At the time it felt vague, but now it feels like the key to understanding his mother's message. Jungkook's life has never been free from interpretation. But this time, the interpretation is rooted in something sincere, the warmth of a mother-son bond. In Eastern cultures, a mother's blessing often serves as the gateway to major life decisions for a son. And when that mother speaks about love, it's not just advice, it could be a sign that she's ready to let her son grow into something more than just her child. To become a partner. To build a life beyond the spotlight. What's even more compelling is how Jungkook responded indirectly. Days after the letter became a topic of conversation, fans noticed that Jungkook posted an old photo of himself with his mother on a private community platform. No caption. Just a photo in sepia tones showing a long-standing closeness. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't promotional. Just two human beings, a mother and her son, laughing in a park at sunset. In a world filled with glamour and spectacle, such a post speaks louder than words. A source close to Jungkook's family shared that the letter was part of a yearly tradition. His mother has written him a letter every year, but this was the first time she mentioned love. Why now? Because I feel he's ready, she reportedly told someone close to her, as cited by a Korean media outlet. Jungkook has grown through so much. He's learned how to love himself. And that's the first sign that he's ready to love someone else properly. Those words may seem simple, but they carry immense weight. Behind all of Jungkook's achievements, from global stadium tours to prestigious awards, there is a quiet, unseen journey, learning to love himself. And that's where all real love begins. Now the world waits silently. Not to uncover who the woman behind the letter might be, but to witness how Jungkook steps into a new chapter of his life. A chapter led by love that is more human, more honest, and deeper than ever before. Because in the end, we all know, even the golden magnate deserves to love and be loved. What was revealed through Jungkook's mother's message wasn't just permission. It wasn't even a confession. It was more than that, a reminder that even in the most dazzling world, love begins with something very simple, a heart that embraces vulnerability. And through the softness of a mother's words, we all caught a glimpse of something powerful, that Jungkook may finally be finding his way home to someone who has quietly waited for him. His mother's message about love was not only a small window into the golden magnate's guarded heart, but also a profound emotional milestone, marking a significant change in his life narrative. In a world that often punishes emotional softness in celebrities, a mother's gentle voice cuts through the noise and delivers a deep truth, that even someone like Jungkook, surrounded by glitter and expectations, is still a son learning what love truly means. The final line of the letter became the most powerful symbol of all. When you love, love with all your soul, but don't forget to bring your heart home each night. Not just wise words, but an emotional legacy from a mother to her son who now belongs not only to his family, but to the world. Is this a sign that Jungkook is opening his heart to someone? Or perhaps the first step in a new journey he'll begin after completing his military service? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, something has changed. Love is no longer hidden in silence. It is a story beginning to unfold, slowly but surely, starting from the hand of a mother who knows that even the brightest stars need somewhere to rest. And now the world waits. Not with shouts, not with demands, but with quiet hope that when the time comes, Jungkook will stand before the world not only as an idol, but as someone who has discovered the true meaning of loving and being loved. In his mother's words, love isn't about who stands beside you, it's about who your heart chooses never to let go of. And perhaps that day is closer than we think.